I guess I'm faced with kind of a dilemma, and I'm not really sure what to do about it, or if anything can be done about it in a way that's going to end up, to the mutual benefit of everybody involved. Yesterday I was confronted with an inquiry, maybe an ultimatum, regarding my future with FMK. And basically, the question that was put to me was, how can I regain the motivation that I once had, the level of motivation to where I was strongly focused on helping grow the FMK kwoon. And it's been a little while now that aspect of my motivation has declined. And there are reasons for that, but part of the question yesterday, and that wasn't all of the inquiry, that was just an aspect of it, and I'm going to talk about it, but there was other aspects of it. Even that question alone regarding motivation was a little bit muddled, because it also swayed into what motivates you to train, with an inference that I wasn't training enough. And that I don't think is the case, because although I'm only really training with FMK one day a week, my Sunday mornings, I train every day. I run 3 to 4 times a week. I swim 2 to 3 times a week. I do grappling 2 or more times a week. I do my own martial arts training a couple of days a week in the mornings. I do strength training at my office and at home. I do quite a bit of training. I'd say I do a couple of hours of training every day. So I don't think I'm lacking any motivation to train. Although I may be lacking some motivation to train in the FMK sessions. I enjoy committing to one Sunday morning, but I don't really want to commit more than that, because, well, for one thing, it doesn't agree very well with my work schedule, because the FMK training times are like just when I'm going to work, and just when I get home. Sometimes I'm not even home from work in time to get into the evening class. And so the weekly schedule doesn't fit very well. But even beyond that, like I expressed in the inquiry yesterday, to some extent I don't feel like I'm learning anything in those training sessions. Not that I have to be learning something. There is just a joy to training, but I am very learning oriented, and that's part of what motivates me in training too. And so I'm always seeking out new learning situations. Even when I'm training alone, I'm training in a way that I'm trying to learn something new. I'm always building on foundations that I've laid before. So in any case, in regard to that aspect, the motivation to train, I think I have plenty of motivation to train, and I have a vision of what I am developing in myself that guides that training. And so it includes all of these aspects. Not all of them are in line with FMK. Not all of them have, are of any interest to Freddie. Like, for instance, I train myself in natural locavore foods and nutrition and subsisting off the land and that kind of a thing. That fits in with my vision of what I am developing myself toward, but it doesn't really, it's not the same as Freddie's vision of what he's doing. But this is part of what I understood of what I've always understood of FMK is that this is a context where a person, a Todai involved in FMK, can pursue his or her own artistic expression, and so that's what I've been doing, and I train a lot now. But there is still that question of, am I working as hard as I used to work to benefit the FMK kwoon? And if not, why not? And that's that is a fair question. One of the things that I really gained from my visit to Chicago a year or so ago, or a year or more ago, was that Seagung gave me these 2 placards. They're just cards with some writing on them, some Chinese icons, and he explained them to me, and they're the same messages that are you can see in the back of the main training hall in the kwoon. In the back there's these 2 panels with Chinese writing, and they say the same things. And basically the one message is, I want to say like a prayer, but like a wish for good fortune. Wish for good fortune. And the other one is a wish for good health. And that these 2 concepts are guiding principles in a way of the kwoon. That to me, that really spoke to me, because it's something I'm very familiar with. It's not exactly the same, but it's very similar to my training in Blackfoot spirituality, where 2 guiding principles are Stoapi and Gamondapi, which basically means fortune and escape from danger. And fortune or luck, or good things happening to you, escaping from danger, good health, and these things. So, those are the principles that kind of guide Atsimmoiskan, like what some would translate as Blackfoot prayer. For myself, as someone really involved in Blackfoot traditionalism, these concepts really speak to me, and I understand them deeply. Not that I understand them completely. I think these are the kind of philosophical concepts that you can consider throughout your lifetime and still continue learning something from. But even at that really contextualized for me, in part, how to relate to the FMK kwoon. If these are the principles, the wish for good health, the wish for good fortune. I recognize, like, in what Seagung, in the way that he relates to the kwoon, of course it's his direct family, it's his son and his children. But when people get involved with FMK as Todai, he also kind of seems to bring them into that consideration of being family, in a sense. And because they are under that roof, where that, what I would call Stoapi and Gamondapi, are the guiding principles. And this is an aspect of how martial arts is supposed to be, or traditionally would have been. Okay? But I I see how he relates to the kwoon, he makes a lot of contributions to it, financial and otherwise. You know, I see him working around the kwoon to help, you know, do maintenance of the kwoon and this kind of a thing. And certainly he makes more than his share of financial contributions. And then he comes and he trains. And unlike me, you know, he doesn't seem to be like I have this big kind of artistic vision of what I'm doing myself, what I'm developing. You know, Wayne seems to be, he just enjoys training, enjoys all kinds of physical training, and so, you know, whatever the curriculum is, or whatever the training is for that day, he's happy to do it. So anyway, going away from it with that understanding, I've made some pretty significant contributions, you know, myself in the couple of years that I've been involved in FMK. Like, you know, I committed myself to working when we did have more kind of distant learners. I committed myself to being a mentor to those people. You know, even after they had fallouts with Freddie and left FMK, most of them have still maintained contact with me. I committed myself to managing the FMK YouTube channel, which is a huge amount of work in itself to really stay on top of things. And I was able to stay on top of things for quite a while. Although in the last while, maybe the last 6 months or so, the management of it has kind of slipped away from me. And that's where this question of my motivation comes in. Like, why is it slipping away? What's happened? So I was managing the YouTube channel. I was also making financial contributions to the kwoon, and, you know, sometimes over and above the tuition requirements that I had. And that's another thing, that the last 2 months I haven't made any financial payments to the kwoon. And so in that respect, under that pillar of stoapi, the fortune aspect of the kwoon, you know, I have slipped in the last 2 to 6 months. I've been slipping. My contributions in that respect have fallen. And why have they fallen? I think for a number of reasons. I think for one thing, it's just managing the YouTube channel is something that, you know, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time and commitment, and I had a lot of committed energy toward it at one point. But, you know, when you see the same kind of comments and the same kind of things day in and day out, hundreds and hundreds of times, like, for me, I've kind of grown tired of dealing with all those comments. Like, I wish I would like if the FMK YouTube channel had no blocks on the comments, like the moderation turned off, comments just allowed to flow freely. And, you know, when we come across things that are very rude, yeah, we can clip those out of there, delete those and what have you. every comment that comes through and decide whether or not it's okay to post. It's a lot of work. You know, when you consider there's 26,000 subscribers, thousands and thousands of videos, and every day, you know, there's hundreds of these comments to look at. I used to go on to the channel probably a dozen times a day, just flipping into there and taking care of, you know, 20 comments or whatever, and then go back in a couple hours and there'll be 20 more to take care of. There's all of that, plus there's organizing the whole thing into playlists, which at one time I went through the whole channel and organized every video in there into a playlist. And that, you know, that was, I could manage that when we were at the time when there might be one or two videos, 3 videos posted per day. Now there's like, sometimes there's like 20 videos posted on FMK per day, and it's too much work to keep up with it. So I have lost I've fallen way behind in being able to manage that aspect. And it seems that from an email this morning too, that I don't have to worry about managing the YouTube channel anymore, because I don't think I have managerial privileges anymore. I think that was stripped of me as of this morning. I haven't actually went online to check, but that's what it sounds like. And it's related to a third aspect of the inquiry from yesterday, and that is the artistic expression itself, and how that might need to be separated, because there are, you know, things that I'm doing, that I'm involved with training martial arts wise, and perspectives that clash with Freddy's. And I see this as completely Freddy's issue. I don't have any enemies in martial arts. In the whole broad community, I don't consider myself to have any enemies. I don't consider, I don't get really into the politics. I like to, you know, think about things in anthropological ways. Why are people doing this or attracted to that? Those kind of things. But I'm not really judging what's right or wrong. I'm just, you know, the way that I look at it, you live your example and demonstrate through that how you are approaching the martial arts, and there's no real reason to harp about how anybody else is doing it. It's none of my business, and I'm not in agreement with the idea that anything being done in martial arts today is hurting the society. I mean, I don't think that the competition fighting is very healthy. I don't really appreciate the way that it's come to me that martial arts is equated with that, when that's really a young person's game, and martial arts should be something that you can do your whole life, that is bringing about that health and that good luck and fortune. But at the same time, you know, I'm not going to be a fighter, and so those people that want to be fighters, that's their prerogative, right? So I got nothing to say to them. In fact, I think there's something that can often be learned from them, because I know I I can recognize that in my lifetime, the efficiency, the actual combat efficiency of popular martial arts has changed dramatically from what it was when I was growing up to what it is now. And a lot of that combat efficiency, a lot of the developments in that respect come from lessons that have been learned through the combat sports. And so, you know, I've got respect for that. I think there's something to be learned from that. But at the same time, you know, that's not my path in martial arts. I've got a different vision of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and where I'm going with it and what I want to express. And that's what I've been trying to express on the FMK channel. But this morning I received an email from Sifu Freddy that basically said it right out there that I might not be able to express, well, I won't be able to express myself fully within FMK anymore. Because I was managing a YouTube channel, I was able to discriminate for myself what was appropriate to post on FMK channel and what was not. And there was a lot of videos that I've made, you know, in the recent months that I didn't share on the FMK channel out of respect for Sifu Freddy's views on things. But at the same time, I didn't want to not be expressing myself in FMK through the channel, because that is a huge part of what I'm doing with FMK, why I'm involved. If I can't really express myself and what I'm doing in my artistic creation, and I can't express that in the FMK channel, then I don't really know what I'm doing in FMK, because that's largely what it's about for me. It's also about the health. It's also about the fortune, the well-being. In fact, one of the things that was mentioned yesterday in the inquiry was, you know, am I only using the FMK channel to promote my own channel? And no, that's not all that I'm doing. I'm using it to using the FMK channel to show my own artistic expression and vision, to share that. But yes, I am also using it to promote my own channel, because I want more people to come to my channel. I would like to be able to make some money off of my channel. My hope is that I can build my channel to the point where I'm making enough money off of there that it would cover the expenses of my training, you know, both in FMK and whatever I want to participate in. Like I'm planning to go to a seminar with Dan in Santo in November, stuff like that. You know, I would like if the things that I'm doing with FMK and, you know, at home in my own facilities, if it was generating just a modest amount of revenue that would support the practice itself. So yeah, I would, you know, I would like to attract people who are interested in what I'm doing, who are FMK subscribers, to look at my channel as well. And but it seems that that's a problem, and my expression, so long as it promotes other schools, other styles, and I know you guys say FMK is not a style, I understand. Other martial artists, grappling, the notion that there could be something learned from the combat sports rather than just hated. All of these aspects of my perspective are no longer going to be allowed, this is my understanding anyway, on the FMK channel. From now on, if I have a video that I think is appropriate for the FMK channel, I can cue Sifu Freddy about it, and he'll determine whether or not it is appropriate and put it on the channel or not. That's fine, you know, I respect that that's his channel. But at the same time, then I gotta ask myself, what am I doing in FMK? Because the whole idea for me, the excitement of it, the big motivator, and this is what I spoke about yesterday in the inquiry video, you know, the real big motivator for me is pursuing my artistic expression, pursuing my vision, and sharing that, making the videos and that kind of a thing. And so, you know, if that, which is the largest motivator for me, is going to be taken away, then yeah, I've got a big dilemma. And what am I going to do about it? I mean, you know, in a sense, if that's what it's going to be, then the decision has been made for me. Because for me, I'm going to continue pursuing, you know, my vision of what I'm developing for myself. And I would like to share that within FMK. So I'm just, you know, I'm putting that out there. I would like to share that within FMK. If that's possible, that's what I want to be doing. If that's not possible, then I don't have a role in FMK. And I think that's unfortunate, because I think it's a good partnership. So I don't know where this will go. It's early. I mean, it's kind of been building for a while, because the you know, my contributions to the kwoon have waned. So it has been building for a while. It needs to be confronted. It needs to be worked out. I understand that. I'm not going to jump to any rash decisions, but I need to play it out to where it's going to go. And if it's going to go to where I can't pursue the thing that's motivated me the most, then it's not going in a direction that I can follow. So I have no idea yet how this will play out. We'll see. But for right now, that's